Hello and welcome once again. I am Pagetoad's clan leader of Educate, bringing you the first round of our games in our first ever clan tournament. And here we have for you sorry, wrong button. In game number 2 of this best of 3, at the bottom left, down one game, is Voty from Educate, of course. And at the top right, blue Zerg, Foxman. Foxman took the last game. Yes and no on the easily side. He constantly kept Voty on his back foot with an early speedling push, managing to get into Voty's base and actually destroy his main with his first 6 Zerglings, completely ruining Voty's economy, and then just constantly keeping up pressure, taking up to Mutalisks, and just massing up Speedlings. Nice little move. I don't often see that on the ladder myself, but very surprising to see it, and how well it worked, and I will be on the lookout for it. Now, Pylon going down for Voty, not at his natural, but actually at his main, so not going for a fast expand, I would assume, but probably going to look for more early aggression, as Voty was very passive in the last match. He is sending out his probe to scout, always a good move. You can never have enough scouting done. Foxman seems to be a fan of putting his overlords over where you would expect any proxy pylon movements against Protoss players. So in comes the probe, and he's not going to see much, because there is not much to see except there's that spawning pool, perfectly timed for Voty to see it. Now, it's not an early spawning pool, so it's nothing that cannot be dealt with by the looks of it. So, gateway first now for Voty, not going for the fast forward expand, of course. Instead, wanting to play safe and aggressive. Foxman will be feeling confident from the last round, and hopefully Voty is going to exploit that cockiness that comes with confidence. So we have a little worker war going on, as we always do when there's scouting going on. The drone trying to chase down the probe, but the probe's ability to regenerate shields, all he has to do is move away for a bit and move back. So Voty just hanging out, looking like he's going to try and deny the expand again. Another pylon going around the back just to check for... Well, at this point, I mean, you wouldn't be expecting anything off Zerg, but he's keeping sight on his main base, not worrying about his expand at all, so we're probably going to see just some early gateway pressure coming out of this. The spawning pool has completed, and there is a Zergling Queen in production at this point in the main hatchery. But not a lot else going on right now. Cybernetics core, so yes, very quick attack, possibly just a simple 4-gate. 101 of any Protoss wanting to learn the game is the 4-gate tactic. Simple, clean, aggressive, and with many follow-ups. Is it 4-gate though? It might just be early stalkers. Who knows? So, Foxman still trying to hunt down this probe, and which is now again going to be pushed out, same as last time, by that queen. But is he going to... Oh, Voty, you cheeky bastard! Putting down a proxy pylon right on the natural, just as Foxman goes to take his expand. Now, that is going to set him back as... Is it going to get cancelled, or with no Zerglings being out, Speedling research has gone down, but it's not going to get cancelled, and so Foxman, by the looks of it, is just going to go and take a different base, but you can't take this gold here. They're not on Zelnaga Caverns, because there are rocks in the way, so he's going to have to go down the ramp, which the rocks are still blocking himself off for. So, back at base, we do have one Zealot out at this time, and Robo Facility, quick 1-1 tech going down for Voty here, so looking to get an immortal push, I would assume, at this point. Zerglings have come out now, just the 2 of them at the moment, for Foxman, and 8 more are in production. His hatchery is down now at his main, sorry, at his, what do we call that? I'm going to go with third natural, as I would assume the goal would be a second natural. But these first two Zerglings are just going to focus down this pylon so that Foxman is able to take his natural at this point. With the addition of the extra 8 Zerglings, making it up to 10, they quickly do it. Nothing to block us around there. Now, Warpgate technology is in research and being chrono boosted out. A sentry coming out for... Voty, oh my god, again. Sentry is now out for Voty, so he'll have a force field available in order to deny any aggression that these Speedlings may be looking to bring in. And do come the Speedlings at this point. They're going to try and move up the ramp. They are completely blocked off at this point. The Zealot holding them at bay, and the Sentry adding a bit of firepower. The force field didn't go down, and nor did Voty's only Zealot's shields. And the Zerglings deciding it would be best to run off home rather than continue the arduous battle and regain the rest of their forces. Now, more gateways coming down, and Immortal has come out for voty, so but Layer Tech is down now as well for Foxman. So Foxman going for free bases quite early on. A couple of drones coming in, trying to get some more mining done. But he is looking to tech up quite early, and now this might cost him, because last time he went very... Obviously, he was trying to be slightly aggressive at that point with the Zerglings, but it hasn't paid off for him yet. And voty looking to tech up himself. Mortals in queued and in production. Another sentry coming in. There's 4 sentries and 2 immortals and 1 zealot at this time for voty. So voty got a very nice defensive army here, with the range of the sentries and immortals and the shields of the zealot to hold anything any of the zerglings at bay, with no range at this time. Aspire has gone down, but and it's going to take a while until any Mutalisk can hit to the field, and at the moment only 2 gas geysers are being used by Foxman, so he's not going to have a huge gas income for a massive Mutalisks. But there are no sentries on the field. There is a warp prism, so we're probably looking to see an immortal drop or immortal sentry with the force fields going down on the ramp of Foxman's main, which, especially with the recent changes with warp prism speed, we are seeing a lot more from Protoss players, especially against Zerglings, is that nice little sentry force field drop and zealot warping, which does seem to be working out brilliant. I'm yet to try it myself, but I must do. Definitely going to be seeing some from the sentries here with such an amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentries on the field at this time. Warp prism moving out with nothing in it, though. Actually, although Zerglings are now coming to the main of voty, and to the natural of voty, which is still being warped in, and it's going to go down very, very quickly. But that's all they can do at this point, because if they try to move up this ramp, they are going to die. So the warp prism is going to move around empty at this point. So just going to be looking for warping units, but has this been noticed as Foxman is moving back with his Zerglings? 4 Mutalisks are in production. Spore cannons are down, because remember in the last game we did see 2 DTs come in for voty. They didn't manage to get much damage done, but obviously Foxman not wanting any early DT rush to do much damage to him. There's a couple of spine crawlers also coming down on his 3rd base, technically a 2nd, but it's in the 3rd position, so we're going to call it his 3rd. The Mutalisks have found this warp prism. I'm going to push it away and most likely destroy it, because it's not fast enough to get away. Mothership Core and a couple of sentries have joined the Immortals Immortals. Sorry, 3 Stalkers have joined the army of sentries and Immortals. There we go. And there is going to be a bit of a conflict here in the middle of the map with the Zerglings. The Zerglings are going to be pushed off by voty due to the excessive amount of firepower. Overlords trying to run away from the little amounts of Stalker fire and sentry beams that are coming out, but that slow speed is going to hurt them. Foxman coming in with all of his forces, all his Zerglings and Mutalisks, getting a nice little surround, but down goes the force fields, pushing away the Zerglings, and he also has Guardian Shield up to negate some of that Mutalisk damage, so the Zerglings just being destroyed there. So now voty looking to push up into the natural of Foxman, and there is nothing at this point in which to do anything. He is going to come down the ramp with the few Zerglings and the 5 Mutalisks that he does have, but again, the massive sentries is just going to bring force fields down and completely negate anything that those little Zerglings could do. They tried, but they failed. Mutalisks just being pushed back. There may not be many stalkers, only 4 Stalkers, but the sentries, not a huge damage output, but in those numbers will do a lot of damage. And at this point, it's looking like voty is going to take an early tie in this game. Continuing to focus down any little units that might come up. There's a bit of a spread going on here. voty's forces not... There we go, they've moved back in together. The Mutalisks trying to move around the outsides of the force and do some damage, but at the moment Foxman just needs to micro the Mutalisks instead of just trying to attack with them, because that is doing him absolutely no favours at this point. And it looks like voty is going to take this game with a small little mortal push. There's the GG from Foxman. So we're going to tie up this series 1-1 in the second game, pushing us into our 3rd match. And whoever wins this will be going on into the second round in the winners bracket. And unfortunately for the loser, they will be put in shame in the losers bracket, but will still have the chance to come back and regain their glory. Let's hope that there's going to be an interesting match in the third one, because this is the first time we actually have a free game round. See you next time. Really got to find a better sign.